Hey folks, welcome to the Working Class Hunter Gear Vault section. In the Gear Vault section, we're going to talk about the gear and the products that we use every day to get the job done for Working Class Hunter. Today I want to talk about trail cameras. So I've been using trail cameras for probably about 15 years now, maybe not quite, but just pretty darn close to 15 years. And I've probably been using the Covert trail cameras for 6 or 7 of those years, and I've been super happy with them. They've got very good quality and really good reliability. So I kind of want to talk about what I plan on using going forward and explain to you why. Now, we have your standard traditional trail cameras, we have cellular cameras, and then we have some other systems. And so I kind of want to talk to you about this new Covert LoRa system and how it works and why I'm going to be using it going forward. So to give you kind of an understanding is I predominantly hunt one piece of property. I own it, I live on it, and I hunt it. It's very comfortable to me to hunt that property. I know it very well, and I've had pretty good success over the last 10, 11 years. And so I love to hunt that property. The problem is it's a small piece of property, and the worst thing that I can do is really kind of get in there and disturb the deer that would be using the property. And so with the regular traditional trail cameras, I've always tried to stay on the edges. I don't like to go into the timber at all. I hunt the edges and I put my trail cameras up on the edges. Again, lots of success, I get lots of pictures, but I really want to get into their core area and I want to see how they react in their core area, and so maybe I can pattern them just a little bit better. So I could do that with cellular trail cameras. The problem is if I want to cover my whole property, that could get pretty expensive in the cell plans. You know, if I want to say have 9 cameras and they're all cellular, that could cost me upwards of $50 or more every month to carry those data plan fees. Well, the LoRa system's a little bit different than that. It's a cellular system, but you have one cellular base that communicates to up to 9 cameras via a different type of communication network, not cellular. And so I can put this camera anywhere on my property, even if I don't have good cell signal. I can put this on my property. I can hang this base where I have the best cell signal on the property. In fact, there's even a booster antenna that I could take way up into a tree and mount up there to give me even longer range or better signal. Okay, so I can have 9 of these cameras connected to that one base, and I only have to pay one cellular service fee. So for the same, what would cost me $50 for 9 cellular trail cameras and 5,000 pictures a month, I can do the exact same thing for $10 a month with this LoRa system. So I did the math on that, and that's like a $480 a year savings by using this system versus 9 independent cellular trail cameras. Again, this is going to work for the guy that owns a piece of property and hunts on it, you know, predominantly just that piece of property. Same thing with a lease. If you have a big chunk of land that you lease, or you have permission on a property. For the guy who runs and guns and hunts on 5, 6, 7 different properties, it's probably not the right system for you because you're going to want the independent cellular trail cams or regular trail cams, you know, to be able to inventory the deer at each of those locations. But if you're the kind of guy who hunts one primary property, this is the perfect system. Absolutely perfect for that. Save you a fortune in cellular fees, but gives you the same, basically the exact same results as having cellular cameras all throughout that property. Much better than having a traditional trail camera where you have to go into that property and pull the chips so that you can check on them. So this is brand new, came out in 2020. I actually saw it at the 2020 ATA show, but due to the whole COVID coronavirus thing, really the production was delayed and it really didn't become available until I think November of 2020, maybe even almost December of 2020. And so really it's brand new. It's going to be a huge deal for 2021 for me going forward. I'm going to be able to put these cameras, I'll probably wait for a nice rainy day and head into the timber and put these cameras in areas where I've always wanted to put cameras, but I've always shied away from, because I knew if I put a camera in there and then I had to go back in, I'd just be blowing deer out. And that's not what I want to do on a small piece of property. It's very important for me to allow the deer to feel safe on that piece of property. And by using this type of system, I'm going to be able to do that. I'll run it on lithium batteries. Batteries are a huge deal. A lithium battery is expensive, but they'll last. You should be able to run a camera like this for probably close to a year on 12 lithium batteries. Rechargeables work as well in these, and what I would suggest, if you're going to use rechargeable batteries, go ahead and purchase their their solar panel and attach it to the camera, and that way the solar panel will consistently charge those rechargeable batteries in here, and so you can kind of have some perpetual power there, and they won't go dead on you. If you were to just run this on rechargeable batteries, you're probably going to have to change those batteries probably 3 or 4 times, in a year's period. So my suggestion is either lithiums or rechargeables with a solar panel. I wouldn't necessarily recommend running alkali batteries in any of these. Any of these that have a transmission system, especially, they're just going to use a lot more power than what a traditional trail camera is going to use. And so my suggestion is always going to be lithiums, then rechargeables, but with a solar panel if you can. So anyway, just wanted to kind of give you all a rundown. This gear vault section is something that we're going to do going forward pretty consistently to try to provide some insight into the things that we use, and not just because we get sponsored by a company or anything like that, but really just because we want people to know what kind of gear that we trust, and we don't use anything that we don't trust, right? That's the number one key factor in any product that we use, is that we have to trust it, and we have to know that it's going to perform when you need it to perform. So anyway, hope you guys like this gear vault section, and if you do, we'd really appreciate you go ahead and subscribe to our channel, hit the bells for notifications. Really help us out, and we'd really appreciate it. Thanks a lot.